Hello friends and welcome to another video. I just got an email from Pond5 and they rejected one of my tracks. I want to share this with you and I'm going to leave a screenshot of the email and the reasons why this particular track got rejected. Now it's an edit, okay? And the only reason why I did it that long is because I believe I have another track which is quite long. I believe I've done a corporate track around the 10-minute mark. I don't know if I went above 10 minutes, but it's the only reason why I did it because I've done it in the past. I've seen other composers doing it. And I thought it was a great idea because I know the video editors want long loops at times. I think ambient music is a great genre to do this type of long loops. And, I only have one track, and I believe it's a corporate track, which is an edit. Again, it's a very long loop. And I believe I had a couple of sales with that particular edit. And that's the only reason why I did it. Now, it's a cheeky move on my part because I want to reach 1,000 tracks very quickly on Pond5. I want to reach 1,000 unique files on Pond5. And I'm around 955, I believe. 956 unique files, right? And I want to have 5,000. So I am nowhere near the track number that I want to achieve. So I better compose a lot of music and I better have a lot of edits. Now the edits is what sells, at least for me on Pond5. I do sell quite a lot of edits. So, and I enjoy doing the edits, really. I think there is a great way to maximize your catalog. And if you're new to this, by the way, download my free guide, link in the description, where I'm sharing the 7 steps to get started in earning money with your music. And I have a list of libraries, and I'm always updating it. But yeah, man, these are things that happen from time to time. The thing is that when you get rejected from libraries, you usually get a template. Right, like your music is not commercial enough, or we're looking to have the best quality music in our library. And at times when you hear certain tracks on that particular library, any stock library, I'm not going to mention names, but when you hear certain curations in certain playlists that they say that this is like the top tracks, you hear the music and you're like, oh my God, are you for real? And then it hits you, like, well, I guess this is what customers want, and I guess this is what's popular, and and that's what is selling the most in a particular genre anyways. But we cannot get defeated by rejection. We cannot get emotional about it, for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that same edit shorter, right? I'm going to do it a little bit because I went above 10 minutes, okay? So apparently I'm not supposed to go that long. So I'm gonna definitely cut it because I think it's a good edit. I will use that in one of my videos, for example. I do YouTube videos. Apart from talking head videos like this, I do vlogs and I do other things with YouTube. And at times I need music, and I might not need 10 solid minutes of the same loop. But if I'm doing something, I certainly want a big chunk of a loop, and I'm guessing as well that video editors might need like a big chunk. They might not want the 10 minutes, but maybe they just cut it in pieces, right? Maybe they want 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. But it's just a way of providing more value to the video editor, so they don't have to loop it themselves. They can do it themselves, like copy paste or duplicate in their video software editing thingy, but it's just one of those things. But rejection is going to happen from time to time. Motion Array has been very difficult to get tracks in as well. They have now reduced the amount of tracks that you can upload. Now there are only 10 tracks that you can upload at any given point, right? And I don't know if you are with Motion Array at the moment, but I highly invite you to join and try to get one track passed, because even there I get rejections, and I have stopped uploading to Motion Array for some time for for other reasons though, but it is very hard to get past a review on motion array. And many libraries go through this process as well. I don't know if it's a process of like just being very selective and very picky, because the same music track that has already been accepted there is the same quality, and it's almost like a copy paste type of track. So there's no reason why it should not pass the review process. On motion array, we got another email as well, talking about some thumbnail or artwork that they want to implement in the library. I got my own personal opinions with motion array after they've been acquired by Artlist. But scanning through the email and talking about the thumbnail is one of those things that, and I might do a video about this actually, I don't know, maybe it's worthy of a video, maybe not. But what I managed to read on that email very quickly, they were talking about uploading a certain image, so you can have like a thumbnail similar to what we have on Pond5, on Audio Jungle, which by the way I hate. I really hate libraries when they require from you to have a thumbnail or any type of image for your track, because I just feel that it's just yet another distraction for us composers. Like we now have to design a logo for our music, you know what I mean? I'd rather have my music on libraries that is just a waveform and a play button. That's it. You know, we don't need a thumbnail, you know? It's not a bloody YouTube video. It's not, you know what I mean? Like it's just such a headache. You know, because we need to like now start thinking about design. We need to start thinking about logo. I mean, it's time consuming. At least for me, it's just unnecessary. But reading that email, what they were saying is that we need to upload a certain thumbnail dimension. Usually it's really, really small. So we had to design something. They gave us an example as well of what the thumbnails are supposed to look like. And if you don't upload your own thumbnail, it's gonna be assigned to you just by the library. So I was like, well, there's other libraries who actually allow you to upload the thumbnail, change it. For example, Audio Jungle allows me to change the thumbnail at any given point. And in fact, I've done that over the years multiple times, which I think has been a waste of my time to keep uploading new thumbnails, you know. But that's just because I guess I have nothing else better to do, right? And it's just a distraction. It's just so unnecessary, you know. It's just unnecessary to just really start thinking about thumbnails and logos and stuff like that, in my opinion. You know, I mean, even when I got started, I felt that this was something that it was a challenge for me, because back then when I got started, there was no, you know, there was no websites like Canva that you can just create very easily designs and stuff. You know, I had to go to somebody who knew about, you know, designs and the specifications. And then if I was not happy with the image, I had to go back to him again and again. So it was a little bit of a pain. And then obviously try to commit to a logo or to a design. I don't know about you, but I'm very anal with things. And sometimes I feel like I can just get obsessed about what is going to be the design for the logo. And am I going to commit to this, you know, long term? I might go back to Audio Jungle and just have a white image, or just like a black image completely as a thumbnail, as a form of, you know, like there's no logo. There is no thumbnail, right? That would be cool, actually, just like a white image, or just like a color, but it's just colorless, if you will. So there's no logo. I mean, Pond5, I like Pond5 the way the music looks, because it's just a play button in the waveform. That's it. There's many libraries like that, right? I mean, motion array is like that. So I don't know why they want to introduce a thumbnail. And again, I might do a video about it. I might read that email again and see exactly what they're talking about. But it's just another thing that it's like, who cares, right? I mean, us composers care. The client doesn't care what image it has, right? I mean, I don't think so. But nevertheless, it's just another gimmick or another thing to, you know, sell our music, I guess. I know I sound a little bit jaded maybe today. I don't know. I mean, I gotta confess, I woke up today late. I went to bed last night late, and I skipped my early morning walk. So I have literally just woke up like an hour ago. It's 8:24. I don't know if you can see it. 8:25 now. So I don't tend to do these things like this. I got up, I helped my wife get my younger daughter to get to school. I had my coffee, and just received this lovely email, which is nothing. Again, I don't take it personal. I mean, I get it, I understand it, and at least they explain why. Right? At least it's not because of the music. There's something wrong with the music, because obviously there's nothing wrong with the music. I mean, let's be real. But yeah, I'm gonna do that edit, upload it, and just move on. Really, check in sales as well. I'll do another video about sales. I've done some videos lately about income reports. I'm looking forward to income report from Identify as well. I'm expecting to see the report for the month of December of 2023 as I'm recording this, so we can see the income there. Plenty of tracks to compose, a lot of work to do, of course, as always. Keep busy. But we have to deal with rejection from time to time. Even if we do a little bit of a cheeky mistake or a cheeky thing like I did yesterday with this track. By the way, I did this yesterday, and I believe I did a screenshot actually for a video that I recorded yesterday with these two edits that were pending. With Pond5, you can upload music right now and they will get review immediately, so you don't have to wait long. And with Audio Jungle, it's the same thing. And with other libraries as well. I mean, it's pretty quick. I think Motion Array still is a little bit slow, And I don't know if they're using AI as well to review the music. I don't think it's a real person anymore. And if they don't meet the criteria, they just reject your track, and that's that. I believe that Audio Jungle is doing the same thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but who knows? That's something that a lot of music libraries are using now in terms of review. I've done a video about this, about the fact that back in the day you could see on Audio Jungle the reviewer, because reviewers on Audio Jungle will have a profile. So they will be working remotely for Audio Jungle as reviewers, and they are composers themselves. So it's kind of like a day job. Listen to music all day and then, accept the tracks or not. And nowadays I think they have moved to some type of AI for sure, because now when you can't see anymore who's reviewing your track, and I guess it will make sense that some type of AI will accept your music or not. For sure. There's no doubt in my mind that that could be the case, and that's a good use of AI. Okay. If I had a library today, I will most certainly have to implement this type of technology, because I will have to stop doing everything that I'm doing today to just listen to music submissions to see which tracks are going to be accepted to my library. It's not really wise use of my time, is it? So it will make sense that if you have big libraries with a lot of submission from composers, then instead of having people working remotely listening to music all day, because that's what they would do back in the day. And I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't know if Audio Jungle and other libraries still have real people listening to music. And if they do have, maybe they still go through some type of AI review, like filter. And then when it gets to the reviewer, it's just like a quick, oh yeah, this makes sense, accept it or not. I could be wrong. I have no idea. I'm pretty much just talking nonsense here, right? When it comes to reviews, because I have no idea. But back in the day, all I know is that reviewers on Audio Jungle specifically will get a lot of hate from composers, because they can see who has rejected their track. And then they eliminated that. And the only reason that you can see who has reviewed, or the only way that you could see who has reviewed your track, is when it will get accepted, because you can actually see it in the edit bar in Audio Jungle. And I have shared this here on the channel. I have old videos with people that have approved my track, and you can see the profile. You can go to their profile and see their music. And the only reason why I'm saying this right now is because back in the day, they will have a little badge that says Envato employee or something, or Envato team. And now they don't have it anymore, and that's why I'm bringing this up. Maybe they do not work for Audio Jungle anymore like that, or maybe they just eliminated that to just have no repercussions or or people not to know that they're actually working for the library. Anyways, it must be a hard job, man, to just listen to music all day and review it and, you know, say yes or no. I mean, it is a tough job, you know, because what I've heard from reviewers back in the day was that the queue will never end. So they will get like emails or something like that with like a massive list of tracks, and they will have to listen to it. As soon as they go through that review process of all of those music tracks, they will go and do something and then come back, and then there will be another massive list of music that they will have to listen to. So it must have been a really tough job. I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody, you know. I mean, I love to do track reviews, but I am on the part of the educational part of it. You know, I'm not rejecting tracks. You know, I love to listen to music and just say like, hey, this sounds really good, or you can improve on this, work on the composition, you know, just like literally break down the track and see how can someone improve their music. I mean, that's what I do, you know, and I take a lot of pride in it, you know, because it's a type of review that I will want to receive, and, you know, it's the only way to improve, to get like a fresh set of ears and listen to music from somebody who wants to improve on that, and really explain what's wrong with the music, okay? Like, what are the things that someone needs to focus on? A lot of people think that it's the mix, and it's not the mix. Usually it's the composition, it's the arrangement, it's instrumentation, right? It's like the essence, the core elements of the composition that is wrong. And it's not necessarily wrong, but it's not, you're not having the right instruments in the right context, and we don't understand what genre you're writing as well. There's a lot of problems with that, and a lot of composers want to do something original, but then we don't know exactly what genre it is. Is it electronic music or is it pop? And yes, there is such a thing as pop electronic music, but when you're trying things and you don't know exactly how to put them together and how they blend, then there could be a conflict. Anyways, this is a video that it was longer than I wanted it to make. I might talk more about different topics of why we get rejected. This is a terrible example, you know. I wish I would have gotten rejected because the music was wrong or something was wrong, but it's not the case. But I'll definitely talk more about rejection and how can we improve our music and things to avoid. So now you know that you shouldn't upload a 10-minute loop to Pond 5. Thank you so much for all the love and support, my friend. I'll see you in another video.